Hi and welcome to a new video of mine. Thanks for checking in with me today. You can see I have a few books in front of me, and that is because I want to show you my book collection and the books that personally helped me grow and that helped me form the person that I am today. I started off with this self-improvement, self-love journey during COVID 3 years ago, and since then my life has changed for the better. I'm going to give you those books too. The first book that I want to show you is The Winner's Loss from Bodo Schäfer. I don't have it right now because I gave it to a friend, and that's what I do most of the times. It is basically about how you can improve your life, whether it comes to your private life or your career, with 30 different strategies. Really motivating. It's also very short, a little book. It's a good start to motivate yourself and take your life into your own hands. So I can recommend it to you. When it comes to the winner's laws, he learned a lot from his mentors, and it's really important to have mentors on your side, like people who guide you on your way. The second book, which is my all-time favorite, is Good Vibes, Good Life from Vex King. I love it so much. This formed my whole identity. My favorites that I love to give to my friends. It is basically about how you can love yourself and also about vibration. So it's about spirituality, a good start if you want to learn more about spirituality. It's just a really, really good book. It's about habits, how you can form better habits, how you can attract people with a good mindset, how you can have a better mindset yourself. Well, what I did on my journey is I read a lot of those books at the same time. Means I read one chapter of this, then another chapter from another book, because those are like books. Those are self-help books, so packed with a lot of advices. I had to read it one by one to think about it again. What I really liked about this book was especially the beginning of this book, when he explained the term of self-love. That self-love is not love every single thing that you have. It is more about accepting yourself and seeing yourself as a friend. There is a difference between self-love and self-acceptance. The vibrations that you have in your life are really important. If you want to grow, it is important to be with people that grow as well or have the same mindset. When you focus on the bad all the time, or the people around you focus on negative thoughts, on negative news, you also become a person with those same vibrations. Means with this unhappiness, with this unsatisfaction in your life, it is so important to watch out where you are. If you see a flower that is not growing, who are you blaming? Are you blaming the flower or its circumstances? It basically says that everything vibrates, everything has energy, and it is so important to watch out for your energy. The next book, something to do with money. It is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Money is a very important topic, in my opinion, because you don't learn a lot about it at school. It's just a fact. Maybe you have like business at school, but you don't know what to do with money, how to take care of it, how to get it. This is very important. It's not about how you can become rich, it's about how you can take care of money. This is a topic that is not really talked about often, but you should start talking about your dreams and your goals, in my opinion, to attract this. The next book on my book tower is one that I'm reading right now, Book of Resilience. So cute, and I love to put it on my back. Resilience. Why is resilience important? This is why resilience is so important. In life, we all meet hardships. So that is why it is so important to be resilient. Because times that hurt you a lot, times where you get out of your comfort zone a lot, those are times where you can grow the most as a person. It's also really cute with a lot of pictures, like why our thoughts matter. Take your thoughts to Kurt. Last year, I was solo traveling for 4 months, and I had a beautiful time, but it was not always easy, especially by myself in another country. I felt lonely a lot. I felt like I wanted to give up. But my best friend had this book, and she sent me like video of those pages so I can start reading it. It's a really good book. This is chapter 4, and it says how to rise. When one door of happiness closes, another one opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Chapter 3, How to Recover. The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that resists. Did you just hear that? The introduction. Life isn't a bed of roses. Our days are rarely hassle-free and we all encounter difficulties, both big and small.
Nah, but for real, you gotta read it, so I'm not going to gatekeep.
Yeah. I love it. Book really gave me hope that I needed every time I read this book. Whether it was in Asia, whether it was just a few weeks and months ago, this just helped me clear my mind and think rational instead of irrational. One thing that I have learned from this book is that sometimes when we think about things that are making us sad, our logical part is just shutting down. So we are in this circle of thinking about bad and sad and tragic scenarios, which is not true. One chapter said, how you cope with your problems is most of the time based on how your parents or your caregivers teach you how to take care of your problems. For example, you cried as a kid. What did your characters do? If they responded with laughing all the time about your problems, it means that maybe now when you try to cope with your own problems, you don't take yourself serious, or you try to avoid them because you don't think they're necessary. Or when they were uh, feeling too much empathy, like you were sad and they were just sad too, it's really hard for you to find a solution for yourself. You tend to react very emotional. That is a thing that I have. Also, the first thing that I told you, it also said in this chapter that it is easier for you when your caregivers were showing empathy for you, but also were looking for solutions. And how you can heal this part of you that does not know how to cope with problems is to be your own caregiver. Like, we all have this inner child, and it basically says that when you are this emotional person, you have to be your own caregiver or your own adult self that tells you, okay, it is okay to be sad, but what are solutions? Look around, be aware of your circumstances. Is everything okay right now? Is it bad? Or how is it? Or is it just in our heads? Or when you don't know how to cope with it yourself, it is okay to have problems. It is okay to talk about them. The next author to present is Jean Sincero. This is one of her books. I actually want to recommend you the other book, which is called You Are a Badass. This book is crazy. About how you stop doubting yourself, because you got it. Exactly. It's about your subconscious and conscious. It's about the inner work that you can do. It's really about finding out where all of those thoughts you have come from. For example, those negative thoughts, like this book really dives deep into a whole, bro. You find out a lot about yourself. And she has like this passive aggressive way which I couldn't cope with at first, but I like it. I love it because it's like you read a book from a friend of you telling you how you love yourself. I don't have it right now because I also gave it to a friend, but it's good. Read it. And that is another book that I'm reading right now. It's a badass at making money. It talks about vibrations and affirmations a lot on how to attract this. You know, making money, a lot of people say, is all about your mindset. And there is also this one book, I haven't read it yet. It's called Think and Grow Rich. I think I heard that it's just about the vibrations and your mindset. So maybe you can check that out too. I'm going to read it one day, and in a few years, I'm going to give you another update about my books. But yeah, also another book which is mentioned in this book is The Best Secret. Also mentioned in the other book, the first book that I presented you, The Winner's Loss. You should also check that out. It also is about how you attract things with your mind, because your mind is powerful. You can tell yourself everything that you want to hear. Are you focusing on the good? Are you focusing on the bad? Focus on your dreams and goals, bro. That's the only thing that I'm going to tell you. What I have learned from You Are a Badass is that it is really hard for your subconscious mind to change, because it's just like a little child. Everything you tell your little child, I already said in the last video that I made, stays in your subconscious mind. And we have a lot of things that we're told, basically about how you can dig deep into them and find out what truly is your value and what not. Also, why certain things are not in your life. For example, love. You want to have someone who loves you so much, but at the same time, she names it, you are scared to trust. It's about finding out reasons why the things are not there. It's about how you don't doubt yourself. And something that I really like about this book is that she most of the time lists off things that you can do in those chapters that she writes about. And the last point that she has is always love yourself. It is so important to love yourself. What I have learned from those two books is your mindset. It's about having an abundance mindset. Means not connecting money with fear. It's about making the money work for you and attract the money. 101 essays that will change the way you think. And it's not 101 essays from a lot of different people. I think it's from the same author. It's basically about how you can get a bigger perspective, how you can be more open-minded. For example, there was one chapter that I really liked, and it was about 102 things that you can think about instead of the irrational thoughts that you're having right now. How it is written, it's really interesting. It says, what emotionally strong people do not do. First, they do not believe every feeling they have means something. Second, they aren't threatened by not being right. Exactly. Or the one question to ask yourself if you're tired of fighting for someone's love. 20 signs you're doing better than you think you are. In all of my books, I have things marked. I just learn a lot from those books. Also, another book that you can read. I don't even have the cover of it anymore. It's called Der Elefant, der das Glück vergaß in German. It is a book filled with a lot of cute stories, which has the morals and the things that the Buddhism teaches in it. It's just a really wholesome book, and every time I feel like I have a bad day, I like to read in this book. There's also a story, someone being too late for their plane or for their flight, and they're really mad about it, but then they hear the news that something terrible happened with this plane, and moral of the story is just that you should trust the timing of the universe. Also, Buddhism is not really a religion, it is a philosophy. And Buddha is not a god, by the way. That is not the Buddhism. I just want to tell you. So, a really cute little book that you can read in your free time. I want to show you like the books that I'm reading right now. This is Atomic Habits. It says that you should not focus on goals because goals only lead to short-term success. Instead, you should form habits. I feel like it helped me with having more discipline in life. The chapter that I'm reading right now is about identity. One thing that I have learned from Atomic Habits is that your habits form your identity. For example, you want to become a writer. If you write a lot, you are a writer. So if you want to change your life and you want to say you are a disciplined person, you also have to do things to be disciplined. The book that I'm reading right now is The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. Honestly, I did not like it at first because I didn't even get what this was about. It's not about giving a damn about nothing. It's about prioritizing things. It's about thinking about what you care. I can read you the back of the book. In life, we have limited amounts of dams to give, so you must choose your dams wisely. Manson brings a much needed grab you by the shoulders and look you in the eyes moment of real talk, filled with entertaining stories and profane, ruthless humor. This manifesto is a refreshing slap in the face for all of us, so that we can start to lead grounded lives. That was exactly what I was talking about. It's a slap in your face, but it's really interesting. One thing that I have learned about this book is that everyone makes mistakes, also us. You should know that it is completely fine. It is fine to make mistakes, but it is very important that you understand that you're making mistakes. If you think of yourself the whole time that you're doing everything right, you are not open-minded for other people's opinion. You're just not listening. And that is a mistake because we have to grow. We are growing also through other people by listening to them. Even if we think that they're wrong, listening to other people is really important instead of thinking that we are right all the time. This really scratched on my ego. We say in Germany. Das hat richtig an meinem Ego gekratzt. Aber it's a really good book. You should read it. Another book that I'm reading right now, which I want to show you because of the person, is Shaolin Spirit. This is a very beautiful book. It is about him talking about how it is to be a Shaolin monk, what a Shaolin is, explaining everything. But I really recommend you his podcasts. At the time, I listen to them and they make a lot of sense. So it helped me a lot. He talks about how to find a middle in life. And that is like a life question that I have for myself right now. Like, how can I be happy? I am focusing a lot on those questions because I'm entering my 20s. I have questions like, what am I going to do with my life? How can I be happy? Who am I actually? This podcast I can really recommend. I'm going to put them in the bio so you can check them out. Last but not least, the best book that I can recommend you to get yourself is this one. And as you can see, it doesn't have any title. This is my journal, and you should get yourself one too, because it is so important to think or write down your thoughts. You can call it diary, you can call it journal, but just to write down your journey, to write down your thoughts. If you want to grow as a person, it is so important to like reflect on the things that you have learned and reflect on yourself. So this is going to help you a lot. Hopefully this video helped you. It was really fun talking. You can write down in the comments what you want to see next. Also, thank you for your cute and sweet and kind feedback on the last video. I am so glad that it helped a few of you guys, and I would be really grateful if I can help you more in the future. So tell me what you want to see next, and that was it. Thanks for watching. Love you.